Hello and sorry. Hello and welcome to ICG Podcast episode 27. I am Abdul and joining me is Yashwant's absence. So what's up, guys? I'm doing this podcast by myself for the first time today because Yashwant is kind of busy. He's gone out, and last week I was under the weather, so I wasn't able to, you know, co-host along with him. So we missed out on an entire week, and tomorrow is obviously the World Cup final, so people will be busy watching that. So I thought might as well just rush through the topics by myself. So let's get to it then. So first and foremost, the PlayStation Plus extra games for November have been announced. They will be available for download on November 21st, which will be a Tuesday. So the games that will be available are Teardown, Dragon's Dogma Dark Horizon, Mobile Suit Gundam, Extreme vs. Maxi Boost On, Dead Island Riptide, Superliminal, Yudin Chronicle Rising, uh, Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi. Okay, that's interesting. Alternate Jake Hunter, Daedalus The Awakening of Golden Jazz, River City Millie Mark. Okay, those are quite a mouthful, but anyways. Moving on to Game Pass games, there will be, well, two of them are already available, Coral Island and Persona 5 Tactics. And coming up, we'll have Roller Dome and Dune Spice Wars. And just like every game that's been added, a few games are going to be leaving. So the games that will be leaving Game Pass are Anvil, Eastward, Disc Room, Grid, Battlefield Bad Company, and Battlefield Bad Company 2, as well as Battlefield 1943. So yeah, if you guys were ever in the mood to play any of those games before, then I guess now's the time you better do it. So yeah, anyways, moving on. Bandai Namco has announced a separate team slash studio that works on Nintendo games. Apparently, this is why they're able to make polished Nintendo ports, I assume. So, good for them. I think it's called Studios 2 slash Studio S. I think it's either one of those or something like that. And apparently, they've worked on games such as ARMS, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Kart 8, and various other games. So, seems like they'll be doing a good job. And another interesting news of this week is that The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered has been announced and it will launch on January 19, 2024. So, this is not a build from the ground up thing like Last of Us Part 1 because that already had a remastered, so this is just going to be a regular remaster. Personally, I don't see what's the point because it's already 60 FPS and has a good resolution, but I don't know, Sony and Naughty Dog just being business minded, I guess. So, there is no price on the full game yet, I guess, but for those of you who have the PS4 disc, a $10 upgrade path to the digital PS5 version is available. So that is around 1000 rupees for us here in India. So what will you be getting with the upgrade? There will be new graphics, loading times, and performance improvements. A dual sense support, so I guess you'll get to feel all the haptics and all that stuff from the dual sense. And there's going to be a new roguelike survival mode called No Return, and there'll be something else called Lost Levels. There's a free guitar mode, so I guess you'll be able to play the guitar. I don't know. And a few new character skins and a little more stuff, and that's about it. And then moving on. For those of us who have been very disappointed or very anxious about the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 was only available as a digital game, well, good news for us because Larian has finally officially announced a physical deluxe edition for Baldur's Gate 3, which will be available for Xbox Series X, PS5, and PC. So, what comes along with this physical deluxe edition? Well, it comes with the 3 disc original soundtrack, so lots of music for you to play. It comes with a map, a full map, and it comes on 2 discs for the PS5 and 3 discs for the Xbox Series X. So yeah, quite a lot of data on the disc, and all of them are playable. For PC, it'll be, I think, a PC key will be available, and I guess I have to download the rest of the game, and that's it. So all of this for $80, or if they convert it right, I think somewhere in the 6,700 or 6,800 rupees range. So yeah, it's expensive, just like some characters edition. But hey, we wanted a physical. We're finally getting it, so I guess I'll wait anyways. So it'll be shipping on the first quarter of 2024, so that's somewhere in January, February, or March. So yeah, moving on. This is something that I like. Dragon's Dogma 2 release date has been leaked, and it will be available on March 22nd, 2024 on Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. And yeah, looks like I got the first comment for tonight. Hey, the Hungry Wolf, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining. Yay, there is a $20 shipping charge extra though. For what? Really? I mean, it's if you buy it from there, I guess, but I think you have to wait for it to come here, then maybe you'll get it for 6,700 rupees something. I don't know, because anyways, we still have maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 months left. So I guess we'll just have to wait to see what Larian Studio prices the game at over here. Anyways, moving on. Half-Life is free on Steam till November 20th, which will be Monday, day after tomorrow, as of recording this. So those of you who haven't played Half-Life, you can download it and play it. Just add it to your Steam library. I put the link in the description below in case you want to do so. So feel free to do it. And yeah, Hungry will says, hey, doing well. Thank you. And he says Tanvir brought to OP. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that he'll get it. And I don't think about importing it from him. Maybe when he gets an Indian unit, perhaps he'll get a good discount. So I'll get it from him for that. And look, Bilal is also here. Hey, Bilal, how are you doing? Tanvir brought too much OP. Yes, of course, yes. My guess is around 6.5k. Yeah, I mean, if you do the conversion, it'll come around 6.7 something, which I think is the price of the digital edition right now. But yeah, maybe you might get a discounted to 6.5 or something. That's just being hopeful. But anyways, along with the news that Half-Life 1 is free on Steam, it's going to receive a 25th anniversary update. Oh my god, this game is 25 years old. I feel very old now. Anyway, so moving on. Half-Life Uplink, which is a mini campaign, is going to be available on the game, and it apparently this was worked on after the game went gold, so they did not release it with the game. It will be available now with this update, of course. And there will be 4 new multiplayer maps. There will be updated graphic settings. They have restored content. I don't know which content they removed, so I don't know what they're restoring, but okay. And of course, bug fixes and more. And yeah, the other big news of this week was the fact that the nominees for the Game Awards have been announced. So you guys can go onto the website and start voting, I guess. But I'm not going to cover all of them. I'm just going to cover the GOTY nominees. So the nominees for the Game of the Year are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now, personally, I can see Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and Legend of Zelda, even Super Mario Bros. Wonder, you know, as easy candidates. But Spider-Man 2 is a good game, not gonna lie, but I don't think it's GOTY material, man. I mean, so many people finished off the game within the week and have already sold it. And people who didn't even bother getting platinums actually got platinums in the game. So I say that relatively small game, depending on how you play it, that is. But yeah, so and I guess they made it within the deadline for the nominees, so that's why they're on this list. Um, but okay, if Spider-Man 2 got a slot, why didn't Starfield get a slot? I mean, they put in so many years of work into it, so why can't they get a slot? I mean, Resident Evil 4 remake got a slot. I could have put Final Fantasy 16 instead, but I don't know. It's been quite a topsy-turvy thing with this game awards because apparently Dave the Diver, which is not an indie game, is in the category for best indie game, and also an esports coach who is not even coaching is in the list for nominees of best esport coach. So that goes to show how much of a, I don't know what to say it is. But anyways, moving on. Germany plans to invest over 100 million euros over the next 3 years in its video game industry, which is quite good actually because now government themselves are helping out game companies, which is huge. So they'll begin with a subsidy of 33.3 million euros for 2024. The investment will largely go to indie and mid-sized devs. So yeah, AAA developers, no, not for you. This is good, man. Why can't India do the same? It's just wishful thinking. As moving on, Sega is targeting 5 million sales for Persona 6, and apparently what they say is, and I quote, "We believe that it will be possible for a major Persona title, such as a numbered release, to sell 5 million copies in its first year by releasing it on multiple platforms and simultaneously worldwide from day one." End quote. Basically, what they're saying is no timed exclusives or stuff like that. It will be available on all platforms the same day as it launches. So, GG, I guess. That's good. Um, Speaking of Persona, the developers Atlas have raised the base salary of new graduates to 300,000 yen, which is approximately $1,977, and the average annual salary of all employees by 15% by April 2024. Atlas hopes to become more competitive globally. I mean, they're taking a good step. They're paying more for their employees. So, well paid developers will obviously put in some of the work. So, yeah, I that's good on them. More developers should do this. Out of all of the layoffs, this is actually very good news, getting actually good pay for your work. And Hungry Wolf says Sega will most probably hit the target. Yeah, I'm also kind of optimistic about it considering the fact that doing so to, they're doing the necessary steps like releasing on all platforms at once and increasing salaries of their devs and stuff. So, good move on Sega and Atlas, sorry. Anyways, Annapurna Interactive has acquired the South African studio 24-bit games, which helped on games like Cocoon and Neon White, both of which are great indie games, by the way. So I think that's a GG move. Annapurna Interactive makes great games. So now they've just acquired a studio that is also helped out in good games. So maybe more better games in the future, I guess. Yeah. Another interesting news is that Hades, Death's Door, Katana Zero, and Slave Away Camp 2 are coming to Netflix, not as series or movies or whatever. They're coming as games, actual games on Netflix. You can play on Netflix. So Netflix is dipping their toes in the gaming industry, and they come out with 4 games to say that okay, we are here to allow you to play games. So I don't know. I already watch Netflix on my console for the shows and movies. I don't know if I can play games on Netflix, but that's just me. We'll see how it goes in the future. And then moving on, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 had only 18 months of development. So just 1.5 year for a Call of Duty game. Standards have really dropped, haven't they? I mean, usually I think it's a 2 year time minimum before they launch the next game. I suppose overhaul the entire game, but yeah, many people are saying this is more like a DLC for Modern Warfare 2, a very large size DLC with no platinum as well. So I mean, I can't comment anymore on this. It's Activision stuff. So yeah. Oh look, CHY is here. Hi Abdul. Hey man, how are you? Thank you for joining me. How are you doing today? Right then, moving on to the next news article. Right. Hmm. Before I do so, I'll just answer Hungry Wolf. Makes sense considering it's a 4.5 hour DLC. Wow, is it that short? Okay, wow. And CHY says God really pushing too hard. What exactly are they pushing? I don't know. They're just pushing out DLCs and calling them full games. At this point, I don't know. And Bilal says, bro, every sports game has 1 year of development. I mean, yeah, but Call of Duty isn't a sport. It's an e-sport. But yeah, I mean, excuse me. People are still going to buy it nonetheless. So, anyways, moving on. Valve has told The Verge that they sold multiple millions of Steam Decks since July 2021, which is not surprising considering the fact that they pretty much started this PC handheld market by themselves, I guess. So, not surprising. CHY says, I got the special edition Spidey controller because of your Twitter reminders. Although I had to trust Shopsy, but thankfully it turned out well. Okay, congratulations, man. You should thank Yashwant for that. He's the one whose bot has been updating that with Shopsy. But yeah, if you didn't know, Shopsy is part of Flipkart, so I can understand your trust issue part. But yeah, it's great to know that you got it. Bill Lewis has a certified AJ moment. You forgot the N in moment, man. But yeah, thank you. And CHY says Steam Deck wallet prices in India and bonkers. Yeah, I'll be getting to that. So then again, Valve told Eurogamer that tech for a full Steam Deck 2.0 doesn't exist yet. They're also working on multiple game projects with current Steam Deck performance specs in mind. So yeah, for the foreseeable future, no Steam Deck 2, and I guess Valve will be working on optimizing more games for the original Steam Deck. And I know they're doing a pretty good job so far. Last I checked, there was some 11,000 games were certified for Steam Deck. So this means more. That's good. So apparently it's also said that Steam Deck 2 will be at least 2 to 3 years away. So if you buy a Steam Deck, I think you're good for quite a while. Anyways, Yang said his team will work on Steam Deck 2, which will feature a next generation power upgrade, but it won't be available for at least 2 to 3 years. Uh, that's sad. That's not sad. I mean, 2 to 3 years, that's good. For people who bought the Steam Deck, they won't feel like they've been outdated very quickly. But unlike with past experiments, Valve appears to be committed to this device for the long term. So that is good news. Means even after Steam Deck 2 is out, they'll keep supporting the Steam Deck, original Steam Deck. So yay to those who bought a Steam Deck, I guess. I mean, first of all, let it officially launch in India. Why are they not doing that yet? And now we come on to the topic of the Steam Deck OLED. So there'll be a 512 GB and 1 terabyte version. It'll have a slightly better display because OLED, of course. 50 watt hour battery, which is 3 to 12 hour battery life, depending on how you use it. A 6 nanometer APU and Wi-Fi 6E will be supported. So I don't know what's the official prices because they're not officially launching it here in India. But I think gray market is somewhere around 70, 80s. I don't know, that's just my guess. So yeah, if you want to get a Steam Deck OLED, then I think the grey market is your only choice. And now I come to the segment I hate the most in all of my podcasts, and which is the layoffs. So, Embracer Group has laid off 904 people since they announced their restructuring plan. Oh my god. Almost 1,000 people gone because they were restructuring. They reduced their debt to $1.4 billion. I don't know how much debt they were in the start, but this is still a huge number. And apparently, they plan to reduce it by 50% of 1.4 billion by April. So that's what, 7 billion? No, 700 million, I guess. I don't know. My math is not mathing at this moment, but yeah. So they say that more layoffs and studio closures and sales will follow. So they're not doing anything good at the moment. I don't know why they bother buying so many of these game studios when they can't even manage them properly. I don't know, man. It's just sad to hear it. Anyway, Sega of America is trying to lay off employees which unionized earlier this year. Oh boy. So a bunch of employees who got together and say we want better pay or better work environment are going to be let off later this year. I mean, not let off later this year, they're trying to lay them off. It's not yet confirmed. And apparently the number is 80 workers will be affected, which is 40% of the entire force. Wow. I don't know what to say about this, but anyways. Moving on. Digital Bros Entertainment or company, I don't know what it's called, group. I think it's also a group. And the Digital Bros group, which also has 505 games under it, makers of Ghost Runner 1 and 2. They have also announced a workforce reduction of approximately 30%. Really sad to see this, man. Angry Wolf says Embracer has only one. Sorry, man, I can't read the comment because there's a huge heart emoji. Yeah, okay, here we go. Embracer has only 129 studios. That's still quite a lot, you know. I mean, why would you need that many studios if you're going to let go of them in the first place? Seems nonsensical to me. But yeah, moving on. Amazon has laid off 180 people from its gaming division, including the whole Crown channel and the game growth team. Amazon plans to refocus around Prime Gaming. Okay. I mean, Prime Gaming is just basically giving us free in-game items and some games which people have never even heard of or even will play in Prime Gaming. So I don't know, man. Gaming industry is not an easy place to enter and stay afloat in. So I guess these companies are realizing it just now, and people are suffering because of it. It's hard to see. And of course, the last bit of news is covering Unity. Unity says they're probably going to do layoffs to improve profitable metrics. I mean, after this stunt they pulled off, I think around last month or so, I don't think it's going to be that easy to improve their profitability metrics because they lost genuine trust in a lot of developers and companies and whatnot, and that's not easy to get back. So what they say is it's likely to include discontinuing certain product offering, reducing our workforce, and reducing our office footprint. So basically, they want to shut down a few offices, remove their staff, and discontinue product offerings. I don't know what other products they offer. I think they offer two products. One is Unity Plus, and one is Enterprise. I don't recall correctly, but those are the only two I'm aware of. I don't know what else they make that they're going to stop, but nonetheless, I don't see what's going to happen. But yeah, with that, I will conclude all the news I had for this week. Wow, that flew by very fast. I mean, I had 2 weeks worth of news outlined in here. Maybe I should have added more. I don't know, but yeah. Or maybe I'm just a fast reader or something. I don't know. It's just there are a solid 19 or 20 topics there, and It feels like a breeze through all of them, and it's not even 30 minutes. So I don't know. Why don't the host ask me anything session now? I have some spare time. If you guys have spare time, I'm open to your questions. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give you 30 seconds to see if I get any questions in the first place. So yeah. Um, in the meantime, I was Diwali for everybody. Um, I hope you guys had fun, stayed home, or maybe went outside, played games, met family, ate some tasty food and sweets. Uh, all I did was stay at home and play games and heard crackers throughout the entire day, very loud. But it was not as much as last year. It's good. It is. It is okay, I guess. Yeah, like more than 30 seconds are up. Hmm. Okay, I guess everyone has gone to bed or something. But yeah, I think I'll cut short the podcast because I'm only doing this and I've read all the news that is required mostly for the past 2 weeks. From the past 2 weeks, so short recap. Lots of layoffs happened as usual. Uh, Larian has announced a physical deluxe edition, so you get 2 discs for PS5 and 3 discs for Xbox Series X, along with 3 discs that have the original soundtrack and a map, and all of this is for $80. So somewhere in the 1,600, sorry, somewhere in the 6,500 to 6,700 rupee range. And the nominees for the Game of the Year award has been announced: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Resident Evil 4 Remake. I think those were the 4 games. No, I mean 6 games. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the 6 games. And what else? Yeah, the PS Plus extra games will be available on Tuesday, the 21st of November. And Half-Life is free on Steam right now, so get it before November 20th. The link to the Steam page is in the description below, so click it. Add to your library, forget it. It comes with the 25th anniversary update as well, with lots of new content, so you can just enjoy all of it for free. And also mentioned the games are aiming on Game Pass. I think only 2 more of them are left to arrive, and they'll be here within another week or two, maybe. I don't know. And quite a lot of games are leaving as usual. And yeah, that's a short recap. So thank you guys for joining in. So thank you to Hungry Wolf, thank you to Bilal, and thank you to CHY for humoring me and taking some time to send a comment. Thank you all for watching. And tomorrow's the World Cup final. Unfortunately, I'll be watching it against my will because my TV will be occupied and I can't play anything in the meantime. So, oh yeah, I just hope that whoever plays best wins. I'm not supporting any team. I know that's sacrilegious for me to say as an Indian, but may the best team win. So yeah, I hope you guys also might be watching the World Cup tomorrow, I guess. So enjoy responsibly. But anyways, this is AJ signing off. I hope you all have a good Sunday, an awesome week ahead, and hopefully next weekend I'll be here with Yashwant as usual. So till then, like, subscribe, and watch more of our videos. We reached 118 watch hours, so that's quite a lot. Thank you guys for watching, but please keep watching more. We still need around 3,800 something ish hours to do. So, yeah. So anyways, this is Abdul signing off. Take care, guys. Good night. I'll see you all next week.